Well, now it is May 11th, Saturday. It's about 4 o'clock now. So last night I was out here till about 9 o'clock at night till 3 in the morning. Getting a lot of things done underneath the truck mostly. And then here I am from noon till 4 working on it. And I think I'm just wrapped up now what needs done for the truck for the show. There's still like 4 things left on the list. I have rock lights to finish wiring up inside the dashboard area. Overdrive linkage is adjusted, tightened up. Bleed the air out of my coolant system since I was pretty much low on coolant. So yeah, I need to do that. It's topped off, but there's still air in the lines for the coolants. The back bed, the rubber mat back here is perfect, but up here it's 8 inches too short. So I need to get a piece, which I have. I'm gonna cut it. Now it for that, and then bed stakes. And then my hood ornament, and that'll be it. So that's what I'm left to do. I'm gonna walk around and show what I've done so far the last 2 days. So obviously, let's go with. All right, so brakes in the front were bad. The cams are rusted up. So I replaced all 4 of them on the front axle, and then adjusted the springs so you have more tension to pull the shoes inwards, because how I was set up, and I torqued the center nuts 150 pounds and back off quarter turn, it won't spin. So the shoes are pressed out too far, even though there's no pressure on the brake pedal. So push the spring inwards now. Now it's more free. Step on the pedal and it goes back out. So that's fixed. And then I did tie rod adjustments. To me, they're both right now, it's kind of facing right now. It's not straight totally, but I think I have a little bit something one in, the rest are straight, so which is good. So enough, and plus much better on the threads. Much more grabbing, extra half-inch put on. And then doing that, my caster angle, I adjusted that a little bit until it's a bit pointed up on the pinion angle. So I put a piece of metal there. It's something to nothing. I need to get a proper wedge, but I don't have one, and I'm gonna wait to do it properly, take it to the shop. So for now, thin piece of eighth gauge, not even eighth, whatever, it's something. I measured before and after. It was 11.5 degree angle on the pinion. Now it is 9.9 degrees. The transmission's at 3.5. So I dropped it from 11.5 to basically 10. So degree and a half off, which is not bad. It's something. So that's what I did down there. And the next thing up front, after the tie rod, bumper goes on, winch. These off-road Lux lights mount much betterly. Basically, this bolt has no threads up this top portion, so the nuts not working. That's why I kept getting loose. So I just put more washers, and yeah, I need more washers because on this side it kind of hits the other bolts, so I had to get washers anyway. So those are fixed, more adjustable. Winch is mounted. This bolt broke in half, so I put a new bolt in. And then for wiring, just tied them in, the V for the lights, and then the winch harness, sleeved it so it'll protect it against here and the radiator. Then I just electrical taped it all the way up to the battery and then split it. That's about all the cables I'll be having. I still have the reverse winch to hook up after the show. Then my onboard air compressors still to wire up. So those are still need to be done. But the compressors will go over the bus bars at least. Maybe the winch too, but that's a lot of current going through. Anyway, so that's done. Rock lights, they're all done except for 2. They're wired up to that point, but their wire's too short. There's 2 ways doing it, so I can lengthen the wire about 2 feet, call it good, but it involves soldering in that tight space. Or I push it back out. I nailed the 2 wires. There are 2 of my rockers on this side lights going go through. But when I did my back lights back here, all these come through here and then turn across shortcut. So I could pull them through and go that way instead and have the proper length I need. So otherwise, these two lights are not working, the rest are. I do have one center light at least. That's lights. And then radiator, yeah, I thought my thermostat was bad. Took it off. It is a 180-degree thermostat, so that's good. It was opening and took it off while it was hot. You can see it opening and closing, so it works. But when I took it off, my friend says, you don't have any coolant coming out of your top hose. You're dry of fluid. Cap off, no fluid. I put over a gallon in there, and it's still not full enough. So there might be an air pocket or whatever. So I put in another gallon. That's what it took, and right now it's topped off now, but I'm sure there's still air in the lines up in those rubber lines for the heater and such. So he says get it running and then unscrew it, bleed some air out. Might leak a bit, but at least the air will come out. So that's what needs to be done still. We did tune the carburetor down idle, so it's much better, but I think it's a bit too far, but I'd rather have it too far than too much. So that's all for that. The next thing, gas pedal linkage. So that's back on. My gas pedal is now installed and now working properly the way it should be. So there. I did chop some rubber off so I get better access to that cotter pin. And then this top hole up here, since I'm running pretty much a 1-inch body lift, it's wanted when I step on it, it's wanting to keep the low. So I had to grind down a little bit more. Might be too much, but it's better than not. So we're good there now. All right. And there you see all the wire mess for the rock lights still to go to that module. I'm probably gonna get those wires and cut them and make them shorter, so it's less clutter. And you can see where my shortcut is. I know this zip tie I'm gonna put somewhere else, but it comes here instead. Away from the exhaust, away from the drive shafts are all good. The biggest thing is the clutch linkage is sort of nearby, so that's why the zip tie is there for. Alright, so that's that. That's it for in here. Next thing is I gotta push the truck forward to show you on the back end. Worked on the tailgate. This weighs 4,500 pounds. Or more. It does get heavier as you build it. Had parts on. Alrighty. Back here, I did 3 things. Let's start down below first. So I replaced the tailgate hinges that are pretty well beat. Old ones are actually stuck in here, and the hinge part is out here. Broken, so I used a piece of conduit tubing, put it through, that's the hinge. To me, that's not right, so put these in. I did paint it, still drying. And if I did cheat a little bit, so factory is the bolt through with a nut bolted in. I hate that. Plus mine are all missing and rusted. So I just drilled through, put a hole, bolts on both sides. Now you have double wall strength and easy access. And these bolts are too small, too short, but it's all I got in the hardware room, so I'll do. The tailgate's enough. It's still double wall structure. They are grade 5 bolts at least, we're good. So replace those. All right, the next thing I did was painting. So I went to Jeepster Man and got a decal for the tailgate. I don't think this truck had one, but for all the trucks I've seen, they have it right there. So fitting. So I had that there. The next thing I did was Dad made these at work for me, stencils for Jenny. So classic phone number for her. And the Jenny kind of sideways. If you do it like this, I think that's better, but it doesn't grab attention for your eye, the look at an angle. And like you'll see what's this mean, and you'll see the license plate say JY, so kind of relates. I just kind of want to do some hand stenciling practice. So say Jenny, call me, and then his number. So I can make another stencil, but call me in a much smaller font. So that's that. I was tempted to paint the WO, but it's nice patina. Leave it alone. I got a bit too much white going on right now back here. All right, so that's it for the tailgate. done back here. That's about all I've done. So, getting there. So, I talked about what needs done still. These doors still need to get fixed. My friend come over. And I'm ready for a test drive now. We're all good. Oh yeah, brakes too. So brake master was leaking. Two things. The gasket was definitely hard and cracking, even though I just replaced it from Kaiser Willies. It was cracking already. So I went ahead and bought some new material. I bought cork and rubber. You know, I chose rubber. But cork and case is the future for on the trail fix, so I didn't mind buying both. So I used rubber. My friend said rubber over cork, so cork. Chose this. I don't know. Replace the gasket. Made a new cutout, made a little bit wider wall thickness, so to get less chance. Put it on, tight snug fit. And I put some pipe dope on it on the threads to help even improve that. I can use some gasket sealant, but I don't want that in my brake fluid to harden up. Pipe dope kind of stays soft. So, yeah, put that on, screw it on. And screwing it on, I noticed when I took it off, it was pretty darn easy. Putting it on took 5 minutes to put on, and with a wrench hassle. That's why I put the reservoir up top. And so now it's definitely tight. And I think that's also another reason why it was having bad. And I thought I'd air the lines, but I step on the brake pedal, do it now. It's pretty darn firm now. I still want to bleed it before the show, just to get all the air out. But stops about halfway down. It's not bad. So that's that. And I'm still trying to get this horn button off. I don't know what I'm doing now because it's on, but push down and turn left. 1/2 inch should come off. I've tried left and right. It don't come off. So I'm gonna wait till the reunion and have someone look at it for me. And this is what bugs me. For steering, the creaks. I don't know what it is. I want to lubricate it and pop the cap off and lubricate it, or just replace the bushing with Sal Walters replacement bushing. So I'm gonna bring the parts all for the reunion. Hopefully we can do it there. If not, it's definitely up here, it's not down below. So that's that. During my testing for speed, shifting gears, speedometer did work, so the cable does work. My biggest thing on gauges which are left to check on is oil pressure. It works. I know I have good pressure, but lately it's only been reading 10 to 20 pounds. So I need to check on that going on. I know it's good, but still. And then down below, wiring, I just found a random wire to just come off. I'm going to do a drive and see if it's a problem or see if it's a live power wire, but that came off from somewhere. I did screw on somewhere. So, I don't know. So it's that wire. And be honest, I still have yet to check what this is for. It turns. I don't know what this does. It's got one wire going to it for now. Headlights. Heater. It was nice and smooth. Now it's rough. I don't need heat right now. Alright, that's that. Yeah. Not much else. And then if this door doesn't get fixed for the reunion, my only problem is on the road, windows down. And my seat's gonna get wet maybe, so, or air or whatever. So I have an idea of how to secure this. This will shut. I'll put a ratchet strap around this thing and tie it behind the cab. There's a nice actual hook I can hook to. Back in here, there's a round hole. So I can hook in there, ratchet across, and tie it tight. So that's my trail run holder. It doesn't get fixed in time. But the big thing is the glass. He says it's an easy, quick fix, so good. Quick fix, but let's get the hassle. So in that case, if we're good there, I can bush fix this thing for the road. Not even for the road trip. That's what I usually do when I haul my truck around. I would tie a ratchet strap between here, around the back of the cab to the next one, so they don't open up at all. So that's okay with me. I usually do my soft shackles, get one of the smaller ones. That way the big hook doesn't scratch. Alright, so that's that. I'm ready for test drive, but it's raining outside. Fun. So what can I do meanwhile? I'm gonna go to town because I can do a few more errands for the truck. So, yeah, good work. I guess I could set up my tent in here because it's just an easy up. It's not really a camping tent per se. You gotta stake down to set it up. I could set that up in here. I don't mind that. I gotta take the tables out though. And then I gotta work on this table. I need a new top for it for the swap meet. Put parts on it. Do that. That's about it. Getting there. Alrighty, that's all. So, thanks for watching.